Hey, this is Lauren Cox with Mount Pleasant Dream Homes in Charleston, South Carolina. I wanted to give you an update of the real estate market here in Charleston. Overall, the number of transactions has continued to go down. So, if you look at January to August of 2021 and compare that to January, August of 2022, we have gone down almost 26% in the number of transactions. So we had last year over 2,000 transactions in that time period. And this year we've had just over 1,500 transactions. The price has gone up. So that period last year, the median sales price was $360,000. And this year it is $400,000 for that same time period. So if you compare August of this year to to July of this year, so not going back to last year, but only just comparing to last month, we've actually gone down in price. So the median sales price was $406,000, and now we're down to $400,000. And the number of transactions has continued to go down. We were last month a little bit higher than we are this month. But in general, the price reduction and transaction reduction both are attributed to two things. First, the number of buyers is going down. The interest rates have increased, so the number of buyers has gone down for that reason. But then another reason is that the cyclical nature of real estate in a normal market, not during the pandemic. A lot of things were not normal during those few years. But if you go back prior to the pandemic and what's, starting to happen, we're, kind of returning to just a normal, stable market, is that when you start to notice, like if you have your appreciation in your home will typically be in the first 6 months of the year. The second 6 months of the year, you'll see that it may level out or it may even go down a little. So if you look at the appreciation you have in your home over an entire year from January to December, most of that equity gain is in the first 6 months. So what we may be seeing now that we're in the second 6 months of the year is that, this may just be a part of the natural market, and that, the price is kind of dropping a little bit. So, what does that mean if you're wanting to sell your home? Prices have started to level out, to drop, like I've said, and that, is for those two reasons. But, as we're, starting to approach more of a buyer's market, as the inventory is increasing, just something to be aware of, that, that it's going to be more difficult to sell your home as buyers have more negotiating power. So, if you're interested in selling, it really is probably a good idea to sell sooner than later. If you're a buyer, it again is, like what I said with the seller, you're going to have more and more negotiating power. So that's really great. And just something to keep in mind is that, like I mentioned, that cyclical nature of that there's fewer buyers in the second half of the year and more in the beginning of the year. So, there's a lot of uncertainty as to what the beginning of next year will look like, but just keep in mind that there may start to be more buyers just based on that cyclical nature. So, just something to keep in mind. And if you're selling and buying, just know that you sell and buy in the same market. So if you are, selling in more of a seller's market, then, you'll do great with selling your home and may end up, spending more on buying your home. And kind of the opposite is true. As buyers start to have more negotiating power, it may be more difficult to sell your home, but it'll be great on the buy side. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope this was really helpful for you.